And the Rangers dropped their first game of the postseason, the first loss post-game show. Guess if that's what you want to call it. Apologize if I sound like garbage. Dealing with a cold, so this is my flu
Bubbs is
game.
battling through for us today. We
Battling through.
appreciate it. Yeah. Flu
Sounds
game.
about as bad as the Rangers' first period performance, but tried to battle back. They didn't. They fall just short. Lindgren takes a power play late. Former Ranger Brady Shea breaks through on the power play to snap their 0 for 16 skid. It was up at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the one shorthanded goal as well last game. So they let up shorthanded goals, still had no power play goals. But they score. It's a former Ranger. I'd rather it be Shea, I guess, than Tony D'Angelo, but doesn't matter. It's a loss. It's a loss.
Yeah.
So, Joe, tough one, but, bounce back game 5, Monday. Just take care of business. We said it last series against the Capitals, at least split in DC. They, of course, were able to take 2. We said it again this series, find a way to split against Carolina. And you wanted to, ideally, you take game 3, so it didn't set up a potential of having to play game 4 coming off a loss on the road. They were able to win game 3, so now coming off the loss, they'll be back at home. What are your just first reactions before we break this one down?
Yeah, I mean, first period was terrible. I mean, I feel like they were kind of not getting into lanes. They were getting beaten to pucks. They didn't do a good job of kind of defending the neutral zone or the neutral zone, the high slot. So, I mean, obviously you get that first goal where not a great goal. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It was a good place shot, but I still think Igor should save that from that distance. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I thought the other ones, Igor was kind of left out to dry, but that one was, you very rarely see him just get beat cleanly like that. It wasn't a difficult shot. It wasn't screen. He just got beat cleanly, which you haven't seen this series. Really, all the goals, other than a couple, were tip-ins by Gensel. And then you had the one goal where it was scrambled in the front of the net. You had the stick breaking. They were able to score right before, of course, overtime. But other than that, like, you never saw him get beat cleanly like that. Kuznetsov gets him there, which was tough. But, just the first period as a whole, like, the Rangers throughout this entire series and really throughout the entire playoffs have faced a lot of desperate first periods against opposing teams. Carolina were desperate in game 3. The Capitals are desperate in both those games 3 and 4. Really, you're desperate, I guess, right after game 1 because you don't want to fall into that 2-0 hole. And they've been able to handle them pretty well, but today they didn't. Losing puck battles, like you said. Igor got beat cleanly. Trouba, I don't know what the heck he was doing on D. I mean, I don't know. He's the captain. I get he's a good leader, good in the locker room, but like Danny said it a couple times on the stream and even in the show, he's like an average at best defenseman.
He's a little overpaid, obviously, but it's frustrating to see kind of the poor decision making, but I mean, obviously he's not going to have the best game, or anybody's going to have their best game every night, but he hasn't been great for the last couple games. But I don't think that's exactly why we lost. I mean, obviously the Hurricanes are a good team, and they're going to bring it, especially 3-0 at home, season on the line. I think the Rangers could have had a lot more goals in this game, especially in the second period where they hit a couple posts. The next 2 goals that they scored, I thought were kind of like scrambles in front where Igor really didn't have much of a chance, especially on the third one where it just went bang, bang right to Aho. But they battled hard, though. I thought the bottom 6 played well today, especially the third line. You really would like to see them get a goal. And they did, but, I mean, they could get multiple. I mean, that line gets so many chances, so many opportunities. At what point is Wennberg just going to not score or score? Because the amount of opportunities that he's gotten to score in this series in the playoffs is really a decent amount, honestly. And he just makes great plays defensively. He makes good plays with possession in the zone with the puck, but doesn't seem like he can make that next play, whether it's finding a guy for a goal or burying one. But you can't really complain at all about any of the forward lines. I thought maybe the Panarin line was not great defensively in that first period, but they responded pretty well. Again, a couple unlucky bounces, but it's the playoffs. We were on 3 1-goal wins prior, and now we're on the 1-goal loss, so it can go either way. But and I'll just say this: that was the best game I've seen Alexei Lafreniere play.
Yeah, his effort's been great. This entire postseason, he's been buzzing, and I think that too proves the point. Just put pucks on that. You never know. Might go off the goalie's butt like it did.
I can't stress, like, Anderson played horrible. Like he was getting beat on shots. On like the post was saving him. He was not good. The deflection obviously is a tough goal to give up. I mean, that's not really on him, but I mean the Lafreniere goal should not have been, and he overcommitted out of the crease. He was shaky. First goal, I mean, good shot by Cooley. Great play by Kako.
Yeah, excellent play to get him. Yeah.
He had a great game, but I mean, like, he didn't look good. He was shaky. I think they got to get more pucks on net in Game 5. Obviously, they only won power play, so they didn't look good on it too. I mean, that was terrible power play to finish the first period, but I mean, they played well in the second. Thought Igor kind of snapped into it after those 3 goals. I thought he had a good game, regardless of giving up the 4 goals. Where that we see that streak end at 31, I think, right? Or is it 30 or 31?
I think it was 30 because wasn't it 29 coming out of game 2, or was it 28 coming out of game 2?
28 going into this round. So I think it's
It was.
so
it is 30.
I mean, well, it doesn't matter anyway. It's over. So
yeah, it's over.
He gave 4 goals. Still thought it was good. Didn't really have anything problem with him. Like I said, the first goal was a little bit of a softie just because of the distance. Yeah. But I mean, third period you battle back. I mean, even when this team loses, they battle back. So you got to give them credit for that. Coming back from 2 goals down twice in this game. So that was pretty good for them. Obviously, the late goal on the power play is a little bit of a backbreaker. I think the penalty was a little bit lazy by Lindgren. Didn't really need to continue the motion of sweeping the guy's leg. I mean, he was already down, so I feel like if you're down at that point, you're beat. It didn't seem like it was going in by himself. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Martin Nook, but I think you have to have belief in Igor there to kind of make the quick save instead of taking a chance of taking a penalty. But I mean, like, you're gonna lose games in the play. They're not going 16-0. 16-0 dream is dead. Yeah. We're done with that.
The 94 dream is still alive, though.
94 dream still alive, though.
The script now. The only problem with the what was I going to say? The 94 dream is if they want it to line up perfectly.
I don't feel like going down 3-2 in the next series, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And also
they want it. Yeah, they would. Dude, they lost in 94 4-2 in the second round. Almost 4-3. Almost was perfect. Like right in line.
But yeah. Like I said, I mean, like, there's really not much to say. I mean, like, yeah, like they played a good game. I didn't think it was horrible. I didn't think they really got outplayed in early parts of the first period, obviously, when you get those 3 quick goals, but
I thought second period they played much better.
Yeah, I mean, need a little bit more puck luck. Maybe more puck luck happens for us next game. We got to go back to the Garden. Be nice for the fans to get another game there, so that's nice for that. But let's not even put question into the series. I'm still very confident. I think the Rangers are definitely going to win the series. 3-0, 2 home games. Even obviously you don't want it to go 7, but I think I don't know. I think the series is going to be over on Monday. I think you get back to the Garden. Hopefully Heedle's back by then. If he's not playing on Monday, I don't think he's coming back for the playoffs. It must be something serious. If it's just like, hey, he was just sick and they want to rush it, you're up 3-0. Hopefully that's what it was. But I can maybe see Rempe being back into the lineup if Heedle can't go. But yeah, nothing much more to say. I mean, they know what they have to do. The power play. Maybe gets a couple more opportunities, but tightly called game, and just, continue to get chances and continue to put shots on Anderson because he has not looked good.
Yeah, I agree. Back to your point about Lindgren, I thought the one good play Trouba played was on Kotkaniemi with he took the passer away instead of the shooter on the 2-on-1, which was good because he got in close and
I thought he backed off a little too much though.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he backed off a little too much, but I guess you just got to put trust there in Igor to just make the save as opposed to
he just missed
going across
completely. So he didn't have to make that save. Just shot it way over the net.
Yeah.
No, it's frustrating, when some of these shots don't go in because Lafreniere beat him clean a couple times, and like one time he just missed the net, the other time he hit the post. Maybe obviously in the next game those go
Remember,
our way, but I mean, I think obviously it hurts more than it should because it's their first loss of the postseason. I think that's why maybe people are a little bit more upset about it. Not so much to the fact that we're, oh, the series is over, we're doomed, but
nah, if you think this
I,
series is over, you're kind of dumb.
well, no, I do think the series is over.
No, oh, I thought you meant the other way. I thought you meant
That's what I
the
did. I
Carolina.
did mean that, but I'm saying like I think we're gonna win the series. But there is people who, oh my god, we lost. They're gonna come
No, yeah,
back and
there's
beat
people I
us.
see on Twitter now. It's like, oh, we're gonna choke. I'm like,
It's
what?
just
No,
it's just
no.
because this is the first loss that we've had
Yeah,
in a
you
while.
hate losing, whether you're even if it was the second, third, fourth loss, you know,
And they didn't get blown out. They
you-
played
like
even in the loss, they played a
losing
good game.
sucks.
I mean, there's no prizes for coming in second in games because you lose. You don't get anything for playing a good game, but I mean, it's not
Yeah,
like they got smoked, and you're going back to New York being like, oh, we got beaten up that game. This is a game where they're going to think, okay, we could have won this game. We have three more chances to win. Let's make sure we're not making those same mistakes early in the game.
yeah,
Get a lead and just bear down. And I think that's what they got to do. I think
yeah,
come out fast, get a lead in game 5, and just rely on defense and goaltending. And I think they should grind out a win. It's going to be another close game, and yeah, I mean, I think that just the people overreacting are stupid. I mean, people
yeah.
overreact. Yeah, but
They'll probably be the same people that they win on Monday. They'll say, "Oh, we're winning the Stanley Cup." Be the same people. Um, but just back to the oh, I was gonna say something. It completely slipped my mind. What was I gonna say? The flu. I'm going through a flu stream here.
one
Um,
sec. Wait, one sec. One sec. You can
okay,
continue on though. Can you continue on?
okay, yeah. To the point I wanted to make, just about you know, like up losing this game is they could have lost one of those two overtime games, which would have been which would have been pretty tough, not devastating, but would have been frustrating to lose an overtime game. If there was a game to lose, it would have been a game like this where they really had no business winning, falling down 3-1 in the first. It's not like they blew a 3-0 lead, lose in overtime, and it's a real heartbreaker where it might be tough to come back from. This game was kind of over. I don't want to say it was over from the jump because they came back, but
Yeah,
it's not like they blew a 3-1, 4-1 lead. Carolina comes roaring back. Now you got to bounce back. This game was pretty much over after the first period because they never were able to regain the lead. Never had the lead. They never had the lead in this game. So, like, there was a game to lose. It would be this game as opposed to one of those overtime games where emotionally may be tough to come back from. So, it's another reason why I don't think fans should be too worried. It wasn't like this was a heartbreaking loss. This was kind of expected when you fall down 3-1,
yeah.
even how good this team's been coming back.
I feel like if they I feel like they've lost in overtime or something, that would be kind of backbreaking. Where it was like, oh, it was right there. We could have
Yeah.
ended the series, and now we got to go back to New York. I think
Yeah.
maybe it was a little bit better.
It's
I mean,
better to lose this way. If you're going to
there's no,
lose, there's
yeah,
no good way to lose, but if you're going to lose, you'd rather lose a game like this where you really had no business winning. You didn't play well in the first period. You were down 3-1. Yeah, you came back and you were able to tie it. And sure, a goal with under 3.5 minutes under three, just about 3 minutes left stings. I'd rather that than a double overtime loss like
yeah,
Carolina took in game 2, or even just the overtime loss where Carolina was able to score late and couldn't continue that momentum in overtime. So I'm not worried. I will be a little bit worried though if they do lose game 5, but I don't think they will. I doubt that happens. Back home, finally Rangers haven't played many games at MSG this postseason. It's only been 4, which I guess is a good thing. This will be their 5th because that means they're winning series, but look at the Knicks. The Knicks have already played 5 games at home. They'll play a 6th. No, the Knicks have played 4 games. No, 5 games at home. They'll get a 6th coming up. The Rangers here have only played 4 games at home, so they'll get a 5th.
yeah.
So get a chance to clinch. Trip to the ECF back at home, which is something that got to take advantage of. But yeah. By the way, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the 4th game of this postseason that ended 4-3.
All one goals.
So, what do you say?
A lot of one goals.
Yeah. If you're a betting man, 4-3 is, or the over on whatever the over under is.
The over's hitting every game, I think.
Yeah.
So next
Especially
game will
in
be
this
like
series.
1-0. That next game's gonna be 1-0.
Probably. I don't know. I just
But,
want to see a blowout Monday.
yeah.
I know it won't happen, but I would love just a nice 4-1, 5-2 win where, not stressful. There's no points in the game where you're like, oh God, we might have to go back to Carolina for game 6.
Just
Hopefully a nice blowout. Or not even just a blowout. Just doesn't have to be 5-0, but even just 3-1 or 4-1. Something like that where
lead at the end of the game where you don't have to be. I mean, obviously you're going to be stressed a little because you can get 2 goals, but let's not go to the end of the game. We're up by. I mean, obviously be winning, but don't be.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a 1-goal lead with the net empty with minute left. That's kind of stressful.
I agree, especially in the playoffs. Hate that, and I don't want another overtime. I hate overtime. How many more overtimes do you think left this year?
Probably 3 or 4. If we go to the finals in the series, I don't.
So you think they'll get into 4 more overtimes?
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if I could take that. 4 more. We've already got 2 back to back.
Yeah. Well, dude, I got nothing else really to say. I mean, I'm getting yelled at right now by my parents. So if you want to wrap it up, I think we should just wrap it up now. I mean, you're sick. Let's just end it.
Yeah. All right.
No.
We'll catch you after
We'll be
game. For the trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, hopefully. Talk to you then.